my girlfriend demanded. Buy me this $9,000 purse, or I'm blocking you. I responded, go ahead, block me. She did, so I moved on and met someone better. Now, 2 weeks later, she's flooding my phone, wondering why I never begged her to come back. I, 28M, never thought I'd be the one posting here, but I need to get this off my chest. 3 years of my life were spent with someone who, as it turns out, valued Louis Vuitton more than our relationship. It started on a regular Friday evening. I had just gotten home from a brutal 60-hour work week, looking forward to our dinner plans. I'm not rich by any means, but I've always been financially responsible. I have a decent job in software development, a modest apartment that I own, and I've been saving for our future. She was already dressed when I got home, scrolling through her phone with that look on her face, the one that always meant trouble. Before I could even set my laptop bag down, she showed me her screen. It was a limited edition designer purse. $9,000. Not on sale. Not discounted. $9,000. I want this, she said, not even bothering with a hello. My birthday's coming up next month. I laughed, thinking it was a joke. It wasn't. You know I can't afford that, I replied, still thinking she might be kidding. That's 3 months of mortgage payments. Her expression hardened. Your last bonus was bigger than that. I know you have the money. That bonus was earmarked for our future home down payment, something she knew. We talked about it extensively. I'd been saving for years. That money is for our future, I explained. We agreed on this. She stood up, crossing her arms. If you really loved me, you'd buy this for me. Everyone at work has designer bags. Do you know how embarrassing it is being the only one with a fake? The argument escalated quickly. I tried reasoning with her, explaining that $9,000 on a purse was simply not within our budget if we wanted to achieve our other goals. She wasn't having it. Buy me this purse, or I'm blocking you everywhere, she finally declared, holding her phone up like it was some kind of weapon. I'm serious. I'm tired of you never putting me first. I was exhausted not just from work, but from 3 years of increasingly materialistic demands. Something inside me just snapped. Go ahead, I said quietly. Block me. The look of shock on her face was almost comical. She clearly expected me to cave, to beg, to promise her the purse. Instead, I walked to the kitchen and poured myself a drink. You don't mean that, she said, following me. I do, I replied. If our relationship hinges on a $9,000 purse, then it's not much of a relationship at all. She stormed into the bedroom, packed an overnight bag, and left for her friend's place. Before the door slammed, she shouted, You'll be calling me tomorrow, begging me to come back. I didn't call. Not the next day, not the day after. By Sunday evening, I received the notification that she had indeed blocked me on everything: Instagram, Facebook, even LinkedIn. It felt strangely liberating. That Monday, I threw myself into work. By Wednesday, I had changed the locks. We weren't married, and the apartment was in my name. By Friday, I had boxed up her things and arranged for her friend to pick them up while I was at work. I left her key on top of the boxes. The weekend came, and a colleague invited me to a casual gathering at a local brewery. I almost declined. Socializing was the last thing on my mind, but something pushed me to go. That's where I met her. Not a replacement, not a rebound, just someone new. A pediatric nurse with kind eyes and a genuine laugh who didn't once check her phone during our conversation. We exchanged numbers. No pressure, just coffee plans for the following week. 2 weeks after the purse ultimatum, the texts started coming. First from unknown numbers, then from her friends. She misses you. She made a mistake. She's really sorry. I didn't respond to any of them. Then came the email, since I was still blocked everywhere else. I can't believe you just moved on like I meant nothing. I was testing you. I wanted to see if you'd fight for me. I never thought you'd just let me go over something so stupid. I unblocked you. Call me. I didn't call. 3 days later, she showed up at my apartment. I was returning from my second date with the pediatric nurse, nothing serious yet, just dinner and good conversation. My ex was sitting on the floor by my door, makeup streaked down her face. You never came after me, she said, looking up. You were supposed to come after me. I'm not interested in playing games, I replied, helping her to her feet. You made your choice. But I didn't mean it, she cried. Everyone fights like that sometimes. No, I said firmly. Healthy couples don't use ultimatums and blocking as negotiation tactics. I deserve better than that. We both do. She noticed the takeout bag in my hand, the slight smile I couldn't hide when checking my phone. You've met someone, she whispered. Already. I didn't confirm or deny it. I simply said, I think you should go. That $9,000 purse, she said suddenly. I bought it anyway. Maxed out my credit card. I thought it would make me feel better, show you what you were missing. And did it? I asked. She shook her head, tears falling freely now. It's just a stupid bag. As I watched her walk away, I felt no satisfaction, No vindication, just relief. The weight of a relationship built on materialism and emotional manipulation had finally lifted from my shoulders. I'm not saying the new person in my life is perfect or that we'll end up together. It's too soon for that. But for the first time in years, I'm with someone who values experiences over possessions, who communicates directly instead of testing me, and who laughs at my terrible jokes instead of my bank account. My ex still texts occasionally. Yesterday's message read, "I still don't understand why you never fought for us." I finally replied, "Because relationships shouldn't be a battlefield." Then I blocked her number and went to meet my date for a $4 coffee and conversation that was worth far more than any designer purse could ever be. Update 1. It's been about a month since my last post, and I thought I'd share what's been happening. Things had been quiet for a while. I assumed my ex had finally gotten the message after I blocked her number. I was wrong. Last week, I was having lunch with some coworkers when one of them showed me an Instagram post. My ex had posted a long relationship reflection that was clearly about me, though she didn't use my name. She claimed I had been financially abusive by controlling her access to luxury items and punishing her for wanting nice things. She even suggested I had been hiding money from her throughout our relationship. My colleagues know me well enough to know this was complete fiction, but it still hit me hard. The comments section was filled with her friends offering sympathy and calling me every name in the book. One even suggested I had been cheating all along and used the purse incident as an excuse to leave. I was tempted to respond publicly, to defend myself, but my new friend gave me some good advice. The people who matter know the truth. Don't feed the drama. She was right. I stayed silent. 2 days later, my sister called me in a rage. Apparently, my ex had reached out to my family members, telling them I was in a dark place and needed intervention. She painted herself as the concerned ex-girlfriend, worried about my sudden personality change and reckless behavior. My sister, who has always seen through my ex's materialistic nature, shut her down immediately. "He's happier than he's been in years," she told her. "Leave him alone before I tell everyone about the time you borrowed his credit card for a spa weekend." I thought that would be the end of it. It wasn't. Yesterday, I came home to find a package at my door. Inside was the infamous $9,000 purse, or rather, what I now suspect is a very good counterfeit. With it was a note. "I was wrong. Please call me so we can start over." I didn't call. Instead, I donated the bag to a charity auction benefiting a local women's shelter. I figured something good should come from all this drama. This morning, I received an email from her with screenshots of the charity's social media post thanking an anonymous donor for the designer bag. She had been monitoring the charity's page, waiting to see if I would donate it. The email was a single line. "You really are heartless." I finally replied. "No, I just finally found my heart again." Then I took my new friend to the park with a homemade picnic. We sat on a $20 blanket, ate sandwiches we made together, and talked for hours without once discussing designer labels or status symbols. When she had to leave for her night shift at the hospital, she kissed me and said, "This was perfect." And it was. Update 2. 3 months have passed since the purse ultimatum, and I've been hesitant to post another update because I wanted to be sure things were really over with my ex. Unfortunately, her behavior escalated before it improved. About a month ago, I started noticing strange charges on my credit card. Small at first, a coffee shop here, a gas station there, places I hadn't visited. I froze the card immediately and reported the fraud. The credit card company investigated and found that someone had created a duplicate card. They wouldn't tell me who, but I had my suspicions. Those suspicions were confirmed when my ex's friend, who had always been more my friend than hers, reached out to warn me. My ex had somehow kept a photo of my credit card on her phone from when we were together and had been using it to make purchases, thinking I wouldn't notice small amounts. According to the friend, she justified it by saying I owed her for the years she wasted with me. I filed a police report but decided not to press charges after she agreed to pay back everything. The officer gave her a stern warning about credit card fraud and the serious consequences if it happened again. Seeing her face when she realized this wasn't a game anymore, that there were real legal consequences to her actions, was sobering. After that incident, things finally quieted down. I heard through mutual friends that she started therapy, which I sincerely hope helps her. As for me, things with the pediatric nurse have continued to develop naturally. We're officially dating now, taking it one day at a time. Last weekend, she invited me to her sister's wedding as her +1. It was the first time I'd met her family, and I was nervous, but they were warm and welcoming. During the reception, her mother pulled me aside and said something that stuck with me. "I haven't seen my daughter smile this much in years. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." What am I doing? Nothing special. Just treating her with respect, communicating honestly, and valuing her for who she is, not what she owns or how she looks on my arm. Last night, We were cooking dinner at my place when she noticed the savings account statement I had left on the counter. The one earmarked for a home down payment. "That's impressive," she said. "You're really disciplined with money." I explained my financial goals, bracing myself for judgment or immediate expectations. Instead, she shared her own saving strategy for paying off her nursing school loans and how she's been putting away a little each month toward her dream of opening a pediatric clinic someday. We ended up talking for hours about our values, our futures, and what really matters to us. Not once did she mention designer labels or status symbols. When I told her about the purse incident, she was genuinely confused. $9,000 could fund a medical mission trip, she said, or help dozens of families at the hospital where I work. It was like a breath of fresh air. I don't know what the future holds for us, but I do know this. I'll never again compromise my values or financial security for someone who measures love by price tags. Real partnership means building something meaningful together, not draining each other's resources for temporary status. As for my ex, I wish her healing and growth. I hope she finds what she's looking for, and I hope it's not at the bottom of a shopping bag. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all, it's living well and finding someone who shares your vision of what well really means.